Hey, good afternoon, Bronco fans. How you doing today? Welcome to the Bronco Weekly Colorado Sports Connection Denver Bronco pregame show. Today, I'm joined by my buddy Matt Staffier. Matt, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I know work schedules had to change what our normal show rotation's going to be. Now we got us going live Wednesdays, so that's been a change. But hey, Baylor's been great to work with. I definitely miss slanging it down with Slade, but hey, I'm here today. So let's hope for a Broncos win, right?
Yeah, definitely hope for a Broncos win. Like Matt said, him and Baylor are on Wednesdays at 7
7.
p.m.
Yep,
7 p.m. Mountain
right
Time.
after Blizzard Warning with Scott and Jenna.
Okay, yeah. So once Blizzard Warning's over, then Matt and Baylor go live, and you guys check them out. Join them. Baylor and Matt work really well together. It's a great show. I've caught it a couple times now. Really enjoyable. So make sure you catch it. We also have our man behind the glass with us today, Graham. How you doing from way up north?
Doing pretty well.
Is it cold up there?
Yeah. There's a little bit of snow on the ground today.
A little bit of snow. So yeah, we got a little bit down here. I mean, not a lot. We got a couple inches, so nothing horrible. It's about 40 degrees here. So it's going to be a good day for Denver Bronco football. Bringing in another cold weather team, so I don't think the weather's going to really have much of an impact. It's not windy or anything.
No,
like
it's
that.
nice out there
So
now. I'm wearing shorts out there right now.
It's a beautiful day out. So hey, everybody that's out there, thanks for joining us today. Make sure you get us your questions, comments. Graham will feed those into us if he sees them as appropriate. So also remember to allow StreamYard to use your Facebook name. All it's using is your name. It's not taking your profile information, anything like that. Go ahead and put that, so that way we know who we're talking to. If you don't, just put your name in the comment, either at the beginning or at the end, so we know who we're talking to. And then last but not least, this show is brought to you by Willow Seasonings and Blends, a Colorado-based company, award-winning seasoning and sauce manufacturer. Make sure you guys check out their stuff. They watch out for tomorrow. I hear rumors that there is going to be a Cyber Monday sale on the Willow Seasoning website. But you can always use the CSC code, which is CSC 2023, and get 15% off the product. So, all right, Matt, let's get to it. We got a little less than an hour for game time. So let's talk injury reports. It looks like we're pretty healthy, I mean,
it's the healthiest we've been in a while. That's the
definitely. PJ Locke, he was listed as questionable this morning. He's now on the active, so I don't know if he's going to be a game time or if he's a full go yet. I have not heard. Have you heard, Matt?
I just know that he's active. I think I had seen something. I had someone send me a text beforehand. I forgot to check and see what it said, though. Let me see. Maybe I got some breaking Broncos news on there. Let me see. It looks like he is active, but I haven't seen for sure if he's starting or not. I mean, if he's active, I'm assuming he's going to get get the first crack at it, see how he goes. They'll probably do some pregame tests to confirm he's actually able to go and give it 100. If not, we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, other than that, we're pretty healthy. I mean, me and Graham and I were going through the inactive list before the show, before we came on. And they're all a bunch of dudes that really don't play anyway, so we didn't even throw them up on the screen. I mean,
yeah, and most of the time it's just spot fillers.
Yeah, maybe special team guys or something like that.
Yeah, they're just reserves. So, I mean, looking at the injury, like we said, the Broncos are generally healthy. The big name that's sticking out on the Browns is Denzel Ward. I mean, that's cornerback number one. That's a big voice on their defense. Their defense has played relatively well this season.
I would say
be a big hole.
I would say the biggest inactive we have is JL Skinner, but he really hasn't done much this year anyway, so he hasn't been much of a contributor. So it's not like we're missing much. So the Browns, the big one is Denzel Ward is out.
It's huge.
Marquise Goodwin is inactive, so that sort of takes away from their receiving core a little bit. So maybe it doesn't make Cooper as dangerous, but we'll talk about this more when we talk about that. And then just a bunch of guys are questionable. Anthony Walker, though, he's out as well. So he's inactive today as well. So, these are things that I think are going to play in the Broncos' favor.
Yeah, it looks like someone in our comments is throwing in that Juan Thornhill, while he was listed as questionable, is supposed to be active today.
Correct. He is active, and we do have him as active. He's just listed. He was listed as questionable this morning, and that's why we have him on the injury report still.
Perfect. Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
So, but he is active, so it's just a matter of how much he's going to play and if he's a go or not. So, all right, Matt, the big question is, this might be one of the best defensive we've faced. But however, they have given up points at times, so you can score on these guys. Problem is the Broncos don't score a lot. So, we kick a lot of field goals. So what do we have to do, Matt, as the Denver Bronco offense to put some touchdowns in the end zone and not kick 5 field goals again?
This isn't going to be the game that we're probably going to see that, if I'm being honest. What we've noticed on this win streak is that we've played relatively conservative, minimizing turnovers, minimizing opportunities to create turnovers, really trusting that run game, a ton of passes behind the line of scrimmage. I think even you and I had said in one of our group chats last week, like, how many times are we going to call this screen? And the reason why we're constantly calling this screen is the run game wasn't able to get going. So they're looking at ways to get the ball out fast as possible, limit it as much as limit the time Russ has anyone in its face. It's going to be calculated shots. We just got to see more calculated shots. And I think the more that we continue to show that this offense can remain consistent with protecting the ball, we'll see more of those. I think we've seen 3 deep shots last week. So this is a team that you, especially with Denzel Ward out, you get a good mismatch. You get Jerry Jeudy on that cornerback. We got to really hit that nickel position, or whoever is going to be shifting around to move. That's the guy you got to target. If you can get him one-on-one with, let's say, a Marvin Mims on a fly route, you got to take that shot. We just have to get creative with those down the field shots. We can't throw them every single play, as some of our fans had hoped to see this exciting offense, but that's just not who they are.
This team is not that. That's not
run game, screen game. Yeah, it's literally anything behind the line of scrimmage, unless we absolutely have to move the ball forward. And we're going to see that over and over and over again. And it's the only way that you're going to keep Russell clean. He likes to hold on the ball too long. This offensive line, when he has held on to the ball, or we've done this pass offense, we've seen sacks, we've seen penalties, we've seen turnovers, and we went 1-5.
How do you, Matt? How do you, as the Broncos offensive coach, what do you do to slow down? You're not going to neutralize or get rid of Myles Garrett, but how do you slow him down? Are you going to roll a tight end over there and you're going to chip him or before a tight end releases? What are you going to do? Our tight ends are non-existent in our passing game anyway, so why not leave him in as an extra lineman anyway?
Best way to do it is going to be to continue with that screen game. Baylan and I talked on this last week. Continue to throw those screens to the opposite side of the field. Get your run game going. You got Samaje Perine, who's done fantastic in the run game. Play action passes, calculated shots. It's the same formula week in and week out. The problem is you're playing a team that plays exactly the same way as you do. They're essentially hiding the deficiencies of the offense by doing this almost nearly the same exact thing. So it truly will just be one of those. This is going to be a nasty, grinded out, probably Colts Broncos last year type of game where it's 13-10, 14-13, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, I see. I think the main thing is we have to establish that running game.
Absolutely.
To slow down that Cleveland pass rush. Slow them down and sort of neutralize them a little bit by. Let's get Javonte Williams and McLaughlin going. What was it, 2 games ago where we had how many rushing attempts? 44, I think. Some crazy number.
I think you see Samaje Perine get going today. That's going to be the package choice they're going to probably want to use today as much as possible. He's the best pass pro. He's best in pass pro. He's good at with the play action. Let's pick up that blitzing defender. And when he wants to be a downhill runner, he can be effective as a downhill runner. Majority of the early part of our season, him and Javonte had exactly the same yards per carry.
Right.
So I think today is a day that you see P. Ryan really shine and show why he was a big part, or why they considered him to be a big offseason addition this past offseason.
Okay. So, all right. Broncos and Browns, they played a total of 31 times. I mean, Broncos pretty much own the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they hadn't beat us in a long time until I think it was 2018. It's the last time they beat us.
Was it? I thought didn't they beat us?
No.
I
mean,
no. It was last year. It was the year before Russ got here.
Yeah, it was 2018. They beat us to end that streak of from 1991 to 2015. They hadn't beat us.
Yeah,
we'd beat them.
That game, the most recent game, though, man, we can't have a repetitive showing, and we'll get to that when we talk about defense later in the show. To why I'm scared that this could be a repeat.
And I'm afraid too, and we'll talk about that, like you said. But that Denver and Cleveland have played in 3 AFC Championship games, and Denver has prevented them from going to the Super Bowl 3 times. You had the fumble, you had the drive, and then you had the blowout. From 87 to 90, 3 out of the 4 AFC Championships were between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns, and that first one was the best, the drive in 87. And I know, Matt, you're a young guy, and you probably
I wasn't alive for any of those moments that you have on the screen.
So
the most recent one in 1990 occurred 4 years before I was born.
Right. So, but I'm sure you've seen highlights
of course.
Things,
of course.
The drive is really what began cementing John Elway's legacy in Denver. I remember that game very clearly. I'm a lot older than Matt, though, probably old enough to be Matt's father, but I'm not his father. So, I don't think Matt is even close to this good looking. So.
Throwing shots now. All right. So I guess I can't throw a slot at Slade. I got to respect my elders, but I can throw a shot at the Broncos because you see these all 3 AFC Championship matches we get in Cleveland resulted in losses, correct?
Yes,
for Super Bowl, and it was for butt kickings.
They
each
did,
of them, right?
And they were butt kickings, and I had to take those as well. But hey, I'm one of those guys that said at least we went, but I don't like saying that anymore. If I'm gonna go to Super Bowl, I want to win it. I don't want to be the guy that said, "Well, at least I went," So, but it'll be interesting. See how it goes. See if we continue our dominance over the Cleveland Browns today. Like we talked about, the weather's good. I don't think weather's going to be a factor.
No, it's short weather outside right now.
Right. So,
for me at least,
it is very nice out. I mean, I'm in shorts right now as well. I got my PS2 jersey on, but I do have shorts on. It's very nice out. So I'm sure Graham, where he's at, he's probably not sitting around in shorts.
No, so, maybe. You never know. Hey, we're wild.
Well, that's true. They're tough up in Canada, man.
Some people live on the wild side. But
most people up in Canada are tough. So
just reliving the Broncos issue. Like I know we're going to talk about concerns for defense, like I said later, but let's revisit that 2019 game. I mean, we literally allowed the Cleveland Browns to take advantage of a run defense that was a suspect then, and you could say it's suspect now. But we essentially let Dearness Johnson become a name nobody's heard of, putting up, I can't remember the numbers exactly, but it was over 200 yards rushing.
Oh, it was an insane amount of yards. So
yeah,
it was crazy.
Insane.
So. And it is scary. It is scary, and we'll touch about it here in a little bit after our segment with we got a segment coming up at the bottom of the hour, cooking with Gary. So I hope you guys will enjoy this. So, and meanwhile, we can hit some of the comments that we have out here.
Yeah, don't we have another special guest coming too?
Right? We do. We have somebody else scheduled to come on later on.
I know one of our followers is going to love hearing what he has to say about Russell Wilson.
And you know what? We can probably even play that video and let the juices get flowing before Tony gets in here.
Okay.
but we got a guy named Tony Lane. Tony, he goes Night Train Lane, not the Night Train, but some people like Matt and stuff probably don't remember old Night Train Lane from the Detroit Lion days. We got Tony Lane from Denison, Ohio, who's a Cleveland Brown fan. He's going to be on later to talk
Man,
football
that's
with
gotta
us.
be
And
that's a tough statement to even say, man.
it is, and I think I think you will enjoy the introduction that I have of him. But let's get the guys fired up now. I'm going to go ahead and play a video that Tony has posted on social media. The audio is not the greatest, but listen to it, guys, and listen and see if you can catch some of the things that he's thrown in there, and we'll talk about them.
I think he's a little bit more of a turkey. So in his honor, we're going to make some smoke-a-fried turkey wings.
I'm sorry, I got to start this over because it cut out probably the
Some will
most
call
important
Russell
part.
Wilson a chicken. Couldn't disagree anymore. I think he's a little bit more of a turkey. So in his honor, we're going to make some smoke-a-fried turkey wings. Let's go! Not everything from Colorado sucks. Sweet smoke from Willow Seasoning's not bad. We'll put this on our turkey wings. Since this is a poultry, we're going to go with some cherry pellets from Bear Mountain Barbecue. Something a little sweet. Put them on the smoker at 300 degrees. I use a Z-grill. When these are smoked more than the Broncos will be at the end of the game, it'll be around 200. We're going to smoke-a-fry these and put them in some oil just like our buddy Damon. These wings are going to be unlimited. That's what they're supposed to look like. Time to go into victory formation and finish and touch this up with some fermented honey from Akron Honey. It's got peppers, garlic, and onion in it. Cheers, go Browns. Browns by a mile. See what I did there? See you next time.
All right, there we go. So, Matt, did you catch the digs at the Broncos in there?
I mean, hey, I got the first one. Russell Wilson's cooked, but I mean, hey, a quarterback.
Well, and they called him a turkey too.
They called him a turkey too. I mean, hey, but hey,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, Russ is not the Russ that we had hoped he'd been. Russ is
No.
not the Russ he was in Seattle, completely. But if he finds a way to win, I don't really care what version of Russ it is, as long as it results in wins. That's all that matters.
That is 100% true. I just care about wins. I don't care if Russ throws for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, or if he throws for 183 yards and a touchdown and we still win. I don't really care. I'm not into Russ's individual stats.
No.
I'm not
I try
playing
not to
fantasy
pay
football.
attention to it.
He's not my fantasy football quarterback. So it is what it is, Another dig he put in there, he said when these wings are smoked about as much as the Broncos, they'll be about 200 degrees. So what he's implying there apparently is that Cleveland's just going to smoke the Broncos today.
Yeah, I just toned it out after.
Yeah.
I won't even lie. I did kind of get lost in the turkey wing a little bit. I haven't ate lunch yet.
They did look pretty dang good.
So I mean, let him
admit
yap.
that.
If he wants to feed me, he can yap all he wants.
Yeah,
And we'll talk,
so-
and then I'll follow up after I'm done enjoying some turkey.
Well, and then his unlimited his comment there, and then also he came in with the Browns by a mile. So we're gonna see. Like I said, Tony's supposed to be here later this afternoon. Supposed to be here hopefully roughly about 1:45-ish Denver time. So he had a previous engagement, his 18th Thanksgiving meal, I think, the weekend. So that's what they do in Ohio. Apparently, is eat a lot of turkey and stuff like that. So, and he's supposed to be home in time to make the show. So,
are you sure he wasn't paying his dues to the Cleveland Browns for what the Broncos may or may not do to them today? Just getting his respects in early,
He probably was, So I don't know. So, all right.
Where are we at, Dave? Where are we at?
Well, we're a little ahead of schedule, so Gary's not due in for another 10 minutes. So,
you said we were gonna hit. You said we were gonna hit comments, but then I interrupted.
You're right. We are gonna hit comments. So, this one here is sort of comical. I Me and Jody
Come on,
did
Russ.
talk.
Don't you know he's
Me and
MVP?
Jody did talk, and you know what I said? If the Broncos ran the table and Russ put up these kind of numbers, yeah, he may be in the running. He's not going to win the MVP.
I don't think he'd be in the running. If the Broncos run the
So
table, you think you got to look at comeback player of the year.
right,
That's more likely, in my opinion.
but I did admit to Jody that I'm getting more and more on board with Russ because of what he's doing. He's not making mistakes. He still has some things he needs to clean up. He needs to clean up, holding the ball too long, taking some sacks. Yeah, get rid
Yeah.
of the ball, throw it away. I don't really care. Just don't throw an interception, which he's doing good at that. He's not doing that. So I mean,
But I'm not all aboard the Rush train.
I know you're not, Matt. I don't know which train you were a bigger engineer on, the Drew
Oh,
Lock
Drew
hate
Lock.
train
Drew Lock.
or the Russ hate.
It's
you
Drew
know?
Lock. No, that's
Drew Lock. Okay.
I will forever be installed in Colorado sports history as the official and only member of the Lock Flogger community, and I will
Well, you're the
proudly
only
wear
one
the hat.
left. You're the only one left.
Hey,
I mean,
and everything I said about Drew Lock has stayed true to this point.
that is true. I will give you that. So, Kenny
Now-
Kirkpatrick from K&K Sports, he came by and said, "Hey, good luck today, fellas. Enjoy the game." He's trying not to fall asleep watching his Giants. I'm sorry, Kenny.
You might not want to watch the Bronco game either, because
I think today is going to be one of those games. If you're tired today, you may fall asleep.
it's going to be a slobber. Not it's going to be like old
This is
school.
going to be an
football.
old school football, I think, run game, pounded out type game. So Jody has come in. We talked about this earlier. Skinner is inactive, and he hasn't done a lot anyway.
Yeah, and Jody's referencing into that, and Skinner being inactive. It's his reasoning for why he believes PJ Locke will be a full go. I mean, we also got Delarian Turner-Yell, though, who could step in. Locke, it may be a repetition, is what I'm saying. There might be a pitch count of that, how that ankle's feeling.
Does that scare you if Turner-Yell is the starter?
No, not as much as it would if we were playing a team that could actually throw the ball.
So what you're telling me is DTR, you have no fear at all of DTR throwing the ball.
No, I think a bigger loss in today's game because of the run game is Kareem Jackson than it is PJ Locke.
True. That is true because Kareem is a much better run defender.
Yeah, I mean, Locke is better in coverage downs, and Jackson's the guy who helps with the run game. But, I mean, unfortunately, even with him in there, the Vikings still tore us up last week.
And then we had Jody with last week was the Russell Wilson drive. I mean,
oh, my goodness. Here we go.
Here we do go. But, I mean, if he's the Hall of Fame guy that you say he is and everything else, it is expected, but we shouldn't have to rely on it. No. We shouldn't have to kick 5 field goals.
No, absolutely not. Let's be completely honest. I mean, I think last week when Baylor and I were talking post Vikings games, the Broncos have had 9 turnovers the last 3 games.
Yep.
And no touchdowns to show for it.
So, and we got Clayton coming in saying, hey guys, Clayton, thanks for joining us. Clayton also telling everybody,
smash that like button and share.
Smash the like button and share, guys, and do that. Hey, you guys, if you enjoy this show or any other show or the Colorado Sports Connect Network, let your friends know about it. We're trying to grow this thing. We want to be huge. Matt has some news on Colorado Bucks soccer club. That
so
if you want to cover that really quick, Matt.
Yeah, well, we got a couple exciting things going on. We'll start with the littler one. We have some breaking CSC news. Colorado Buff Zone, Colorado Sports Connection presents Colorado Buff Zone. Will be debuting here in the next few weeks. We're going to walk through our 2 new hosts. We're getting them trained up, how to use all of our systems, overlays, all that fun stuff. So keep an eye on that as they get ready to break down CU basketball for both male and female. They're going to talk recruiting. I know we just missed the Buff season for football. We know what an exciting and wild ride that has been with Coach Prime being here. So keep an eye out for what Michael and Travis are going to be doing there. But the real exciting news, we've made a connection with a brand new professional soccer team here, part of an indoor league called the Colorado Bucks Soccer Club. or Colorado Bucks SC. They're going to be based out of here in Jefferson County. They're going to be playing out of Jefferson County. It's going to be a great thing. They've given us full access to their players, their ownership, their coaches. We're going to try to really give these guys a good spotlight and kind of work with them to give you guys a new insight into one of our new professional sports teams. We also got a couple other things working on to bring you guys some really great content on some of the lesser talked about sports teams such as the Rapids, Mammoths, and Outlaws. So keep an eye out for that content maybe coming down this summer.
All right. So yeah, a lot of things happening here at Colorado Sports Connect. We got a new segment we're kicking off now. It's called Game Day Eats with Gary Robinson. Look at that handsome guy there, Gary, a Colorado Springs native, and we're going to bring him on. He's going to show us how to make some game day food. So without further ado, let's bring in Gary Robinson. Gary, how you doing today?
I am doing good. How are you guys doing?
Well, I'm doing good, and I love your title, Official Broncos Game Day Food Specialist.
Yeah, it was self-named.
Yeah.
So
the
Broncos
Broncos
if nobody gives you a title, find one.
The Broncos have not given you this title then, right?
No, they haven't officially yet.
Not yet. So he's working on that.
Yeah, I'm working.
So.
I'm trying to get in with Greg Penner right now to get that taken care of, but he's not returning my calls. Neither is Condoleezza Rice. Just kind of bummed out about that.
Yeah, definitely. So Gary is with Cooking Out Loud here in Colorado. It's an online website. It's a great food blog place. You guys check it out. Check out Cooking Out Loud, recipes, all kinds of stuff. Plug Cooking Out Loud really quick, Gary, and then tell us about your game day food today.
Well, Cooking Out Loud is just a recipe blog that is part of my whole business. I'm just kind of an online digital creator. And one of the coolest things, which really blew up Cooking Out Loud quite a bit, was running into Dave Slade here. He's got a line of seasonings that happens to be the sponsor of this show, which is Willow Seasonings. And they are more or less the secret ingredient of today's game day specials. One of the things I love to do, I love wings. Who doesn't love wings? For game day, you got to have wings. You just have to. And you can't go with cheap ones or crappy ones because, if you're going to do them right. And a long time ago, probably 6-7 years ago, I went to a restaurant. They had smoked wings. I'd never heard of smoked wings. I never thought of it. Had them. I've never looked back. I've never had a regular wing since. And I've learned how to smoke my own. Then running into Dave and Willow Seasonings, not only have I used a lot of his rubs on different compilations, but today is more of a fusion day. So I decided I was going to make 2 different kinds of wings. And oh, by the way, we're playing Buffalo tonight. Is that right? Today?
No.
I mean,
Cleveland.
not Buffalo. Excuse me. Browns. Gosh, Buffalo.
Buffalo's 2
Browns.
weeks ago.
Do you know Browns? Cleveland, one of the top 10 things they are famous for is their wings.
Really?
Do you know that?
I
but
did
it's
not
not
know
Buffalo wings. It's not Buffalo wings. They've got restaurants there, a few of them. I think one is called Dina's or something like that. They are into all sorts of unique sauces and everything. They do wings. You go in there, you're going to get wings. You'll have a choice of like 8 or 10 different types of sauces to have on your wings. But they brag about it. Whether they're famous outside of Cleveland, I don't know. But at least in Cleveland, they're famous for it. So they're probably famous for a lot of things like losing AFC championships. But on to the wings. So what I came here with is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this guy.
Oh, boy.
And
That looks
I
darn
actually sent
good.
you a picture, Mr. Slade, of these. So what we've got here is, and I don't know if I'll stand up, but what we've got on the left is it's an Asian fusion wing. And with this one, what I did was I used high elevation, which is a salt, pepper, garlic rub of yours, Dave, infused a little bit of ginger and sesame into it, just a little bit. And that was my dry rub after that. And then I made an avocado crema, which is basically taking avocado, a little bit of sesame oil, olive oil, garlic, and basil with a little bit of cilantro and 2 teaspoons of feisty lime, your favorite. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. On this one. I got these mixed up. That's the Asian one. We're on feisty lime. This is feisty lime with the avocado crema. This is what happens. I'm getting stage fright. Can you believe that? I'm getting
Hey, it was my whole first year on camera.
Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. This is my first food demo on camera.
Hey, that's all right. We'll have plenty of bloopers to use.
Okay, great. So this is the one. This is spicy lime, excuse me, with SPG. But I put the crema on top of it, which, like I said, is an avocado crema that I whipped up literally in a blender with basil, cilantro, a little bit of ginger, cumin, feisty lime, boom, and drizzled it over the top. Now, this is the Asian one that I spoke of, where I took the SPG.
And can you lift that just a little higher, Gary?
Sorry.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go.
Look at those things.
So this was your SPG, your high elevation.
All right.
And that's the one I put a little bit of ginger and some sesame into it. And actually, I put sesame seeds around it as well. But the sauce is your famous sweet thing sauce. And I used that and infused it with a little bit of coarse ground mustard, some ginger, garlic, soy sauce, or actually low sodium soy sauce or tamari works really well, and blended that together to make kind of a sweet thing Asian version of that to give it a nice tang to it. So those are the game day wings for today. So today's special is wings.
Now, Gary, will you be posting these recipes on your Cooking Out Loud website?
Yep, those recipes will be out there. I've got pictures of this. I'm going to post both recipes up there. They'll be up there by tomorrow.
Awesome.
So if you go to cookingoutloud.com, all you have to do is go to the front page, and by tomorrow morning they will be on the front page. And if you don't get there, if you missed it this week or whatever, if you can just remember Asian wings, there's a search bar up at the top and you'll be able to find them. The cool thing about that I just love about that site too, which is, like I said, it's a passion project of mine, is I probably have, I bet, 1.5 to 2 dozen recipes that I've used Willow seasoning stuff on, including some great wing recipes. The first one I ever did, which was using the sweet heat, which has become the signature rub for my wings whenever people come over. So it's just awesome.
That sounds amazing. Those wings look amazing. Poor Matt hasn't eaten all day.
Sorry about that, Matt.
No, I got Tony teasing me with turkey wings, and I got Gary teasing me with 2 different types of wings. I'm in Parker, Gary. How far are you from Parker?
Well,
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock.
All right, I'm 15 minutes away. I'll be there.
He's gonna
3004 Masters Point. If you came over, you would not be kicked out.
All right, I'm coming, Dave. I gotta go early. I gotta pick these up before the game.
So and
they're good. And Dave invited me to do this segment with you guys, and wings are the first one. And every week that I'm on, we're going to come up with something different. It won't be wings next week. I've already got some fun ideas of something a little bit unique that will be, just I've loved cooking my whole life, and now
and next week we travel to Houston, so we know what Texas loves. They love their beef, so maybe Gary's gonna come out with some sort of beef thing.
I already kind of figured that out. I've already got that this time.
This guy's brilliant. He's a marketing genius too. So if anybody out there needs a marketing guy, this is the guy right there. This guy is a marketing.
What I'm looking
genius.
at for next week, and I'll just give you a little teaser. I'm going to be doing a very unique short rib recipe.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Beef short ribs. It's definitely something that I've done twice, and the way I do it is a little bit different than most people do short ribs on a smoker. I'll just tease you with that, but you're going to get some unique short ribs. When everybody thinks, the low hanging fruit is do brisket. Yeah, it's hard to do, but
right.
You're expecting that. Now I want to do something a little different.
Right.
A lot of my stuff, nice things about short ribs, a lot easier to serve out of a tailgate than a brisket is.
Yep. And you got some fans here. We got Frank saying great meeting you yesterday.
Hey, Frank, how you doing, man?
Gary was with us at Frank's shop up in Loveland, Colorado. We had a very successful event yesterday. So, and then Clayton, I don't know if this is one of your buddies, but he says, "What's up, Gary?" So
yeah,
Gary,
it is actually.
Gary
oh my gosh, Clayton! Hey, Clayton, how you doing, buddy?
So, yeah, Gary's building his own fan club here already.
I know. Hey,
we might have to give him his own show here on the Colorado Sports Connection.
Hey, we can get something.
You can just do a cooking show or something. So
I'm game for that.
Well, Dave, we already know where we could do the kitchen. So hey.
Yeah, we definitely do. So we got that nailed down. We got a commercial kitchen we can use. So we can go that way. We got all kinds of fun going on. And Gary, we appreciate you coming on. So Gary's also a lifelong Bronco fan.
Oh yeah, hold on for a moment.
Oh, he's gonna get a prop. Uh-oh.
Up here
There
he
it
comes with
is.
his Bronco hat, got his Bronco shirt on.
Yeah, I've been a Bronco fan. Oh my gosh, as long as I put it this way for any, and this will give away my age too. The first Bronco game I went to, there were no East stands. The North stands were not there, and they used literally temporary bleachers for the outfield or for the East stands. And if you drove by on I-25, you could actually see part of the field from I-25 at Old Mile High.
Wow.
And Charlie Johnson was the quarterback.
That is old school. So Gary goes back a little further than I. My first game was the last home game of Floyd Little, the Denver Bronco great. You know,
I don't even
I was
want to tell you.
12 years old and went out there and froze my behind off watching that game. But it was definitely fun. But Gary, we thank you for coming on. Thanks for sharing your creation. Give us your prediction really quick, Gary. Who do you got?
You know, I think today is not going to be a pretty day for Cleveland. I really do. I kind of predicted my scores have been a little high this time. Most of the time this week, they've not.
And I'm writing this down, Gary. I'm
going to have to say, I'm going to stick with my original one. I'm saying that was 2 weeks ago, 31-17.
31-17. All right.
And I will say this. I wouldn't go further. I will say it's going to be 31-10. The last touchdown is a courtesy touchdown.
Okay. All right. We're
he's
gonna give him
he's
a garbage
preaching domination. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not going to be like crazy, crazy like what Missouri did this weekend to Arkansas. But I think they're gonna be smooth and handle this game and be in control.
Okay. So we hope you're right, Gary. We're all Bronco fans here. We hope you're right. Remember, everybody, check out Cooking Out Loud. The recipes will be up there. Gary will be back every Sunday. We'll go 1 hour before kickoff every week. So next week's going to be an early one, Gary. We got an 11 a.m. Kickoff, so we're going live at 10 a.m. So Gary will be there with some amazing short ribs. Thanks for joining us, Gary. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
And we will talk to you later on. Thank you very much, Gary.
Great. Thanks, guys. Have a great week, and go Broncos.
Go Broncos. All right. Oh, man.
Oh, we got the spot.
31-17. Boy, those wings looked amazing. So, hey, everybody else, just to remind you, go ahead and if you haven't, go over to the Colorado Sports Connect. There is a Willow Seasonings giveaway. Pick the winner of the game, and then let us know what the final score is. And then you can win a Willow Seasoning product of your choice. So I'm going to do something a little bit out of order here, Matt.
Okie dokie.
We have a guy sitting in the background right now. Everybody saw the video a little bit earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and if people have just joined us, I'm going to play this one more time.
Well, Russell Wilson a chicken. Okay. Couldn't disagree anymore. I think it's a little bit more of a turkey. So in his honor, we're going to make some smoke-a-fried turkey wings. Let's go! Not everything from Colorado sucks. Sweet smoke from Willow Seasoning's not bad. We'll put this on our turkey wings. Since this is a poultry, we're going to go with some cherry pellets from Bear Mountain Barbecue. Something a little sweet. Put them on the smoker at 300 degrees. I use a Z-grill. When these are smoked harder than the Broncos will be at the end of the game, it'll be around 200. We're going to smoke-a-fry these and put them in some oil just like our buddy Damon. These wings are going to be unlimited. That's what they're supposed to look like. Time to go into victory formation and finish and touch this up with some fermented honey from Akron Honey. It's got peppers, garlic, and onion in it. Cheers. Go Browns. Browns by a mile. See what I did there? See you next time.
All right. Without further ado, hailing from Denison, Ohio, a guy who has had to live his entire life as a Cleveland Browns fan. Damn, I feel sorry for this guy. A guy who is the president of the Denison, Ohio chapter of the John Elway fan club, Mr. Tony Lane from the Dude Network. Tony, what's up? Uh-oh. He's man, you're going to have to start drinking today, buddy. How you doing today, Tony?
Doing pretty good. I'm already having a pre-victory beer. Ain't that funny?
Pre-victory. Hey, we appreciate you coming on. Tony is from the great state of Cleveland, and he is The great state of Ohio. I think Cleveland thinks they're their own state.
We
so.
are our own state. We are
Sort of
our
like
own
Texas,
slice of
huh?
heaven.
Sort of like Texas, huh? Just the
Yeah.
northern version of Texas.
Hanging out in Nombre too long, I
So,
start to think we're superior.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, really quick, Tony, why don't you go ahead and plug the Dude Network really quick to let everyone know what it's about, what you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, and first off, thank you for letting me come on here. I know this is probably torture making everybody look at a Browns fan for a little bit, but everybody can just the Dude Network. We're on all major 7 platforms. Just search the Dude Network on all of them. That makes it easy, and just look for the one with the microphone. It says the Dude Network on it. So it depends on the platform. There might be an underscore different, but if you search the Dude Network, you can find us. Fortunately, we've put enough work to where we're pretty easy to find.
And they definitely are easy to find. And even if you don't want them popping into your feed, they're going to pop into your feed.
Yeah, we run ads sometimes.
But,
sorry.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? They're fun, though. They got great guests on there. It's not just it's a dude show. You sit around, you drink beer, you talk stuff. There's some pretty interesting conversations on Friday nights when you have Dude After Dark. Some things get crazy over there. So, but Tony, as I said, is a lifelong Browns fan. So everybody, please, send our condolences to him. We talked earlier, Tony, I don't know if you caught this or not, but there have been 3 AFC championship games between the Browns and the Broncos, and they haven't ended well for your Browns.
Oh, I never heard that.
You never heard that.
Yeah. Way to make the AFC look terrible in all 3 of those in the Super Bowl. Oh, God.
I knew it was
definitely
coming. I already
did.
put the burn out there earlier when they tried to throw shade at me. I put it out there already.
Yeah,
Matt did.
That's what
he called your shot. So
it was a little bit before my time. I think I was alive, but still in diapers, I believe, at the time. And yeah, that's how my dad always described it to justify his emotions. It's like, yeah, but they got smoked in the Super Bowl. We would have done so much better than them. Joke.
And we did. We did get smoked. So
I think that's just how
I didn't
Browns
have to
fans
deal with
just,
the pain.
Yeah, I think that's how they've coped with it over the years for
So.
sure. But yeah,
and we got Frank chiming in saying I've watched the Dude Network. It is a great show.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
So what nights are you guys all on? Friday nights,
Friday and Sunday nights for right now. Working on a Thursday night sports show at some point down the road. Listen to a preview there. 9:00 Eastern, so I think it's 7:00 Colorado time. Both Friday and Sunday. Friday's Dudes After Dark. It's a variety show, and then Sunday's another foodie show. So you can figure out what we probably talk about on Sundays. But yeah, so it's anything goes on Friday. We just recently had Blake Williams on, who was his dad Greg probably coached at Denver at some point in time.
right?
But yeah, they let some good insights on us in the sports world, so it's been fun.
Yeah, they do. Tony, I believe, does a Cleveland Brown tailgate thing out at the stadium when they're at home, correct?
Yeah, up at Burke Lakefront Airport. Sometimes we'll do something with Big Play Network, which has it's a Cleveland sports digital network up there that I got blessed to network and myself and do some stuff with. And we've had a good time and brought us some luck this year, boys. It's brought us a little bit of luck.
We're
not clowns of old, we got some little hype this year, 11 games into it. That's fun.
Well, you do, and it's something I was saying earlier. It's nice for the Broncos to be playing a game at the end of November that has a little bit of meaning, because we can scratch our way back into this playoff thing if we can pull out a victory today. So, Tony, what do the Browns have to do to beat the Broncos?
I mean, our game plan's pretty simple right now. Basically, we've just taken the game plan of what the Steelers have done. Don't turn the ball over. Played the field game. But our difference is we have a good offensive line. We have a good running game. We have a lot of weapons like Njoku, and we have all 3 of our running backs can catch the ball out of the backfield. So we can make some short things turn into big things, which we're going to need today. But DTR, pretty simple offense last week. Everyone was kind of rough on him. I thought he handled it pretty well. Don't turn the ball over. Let your defense do its thing. Put together some drives to give them some time to recover in between drives. And that's the Browns' blueprint right now. Don't turn the ball over and force a couple yourself and play the field game, play field
Right.
position. I mean,
Man, that sounds too damn familiar, doesn't it, Dave?
Yeah, and that's one thing Denver has been doing, though, is defensively we have
That's
been
the Broncos
forcing.
game plan for the last 6-7 years now, man.
yeah. So that guy coming in 31-17, I don't think he got that memo. I'm like, I don't think 30 points is touching the scoreboard, maybe
So,
combined.
Um, but Denver has been taking the ball away a lot, about a little over for the last 4 weeks, about 4 games. So we're hoping that we can force DTR into some turnovers, But like I said, you guys have a good offensive line, so we're going to have to manufacture some pressure somewhere and force DTR into making some mistakes. So we're hoping we can.
I think your guys' key is you're going to have to get him in 3rd and long situations. You can't let our these screen passes and runs on 1st and 2nd down leave us at 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, where DTR just has a simple 2-step drop, simple read on some slants or something like that. Today DTR is going to have to show that he's capable of throwing a few passes beyond 15, 20 yards to keep 7, 8 guys out of the box. Because, Denver's defense is good enough where 8 guys in the box is not going to be easy to defend in any running game. So it's going to be a tough one today. And really, I think DTR, he's going to have to throw the ball. He threw the ball 42 times last week, 6 drop passes.
Wow.
Wow.
For he's supposed to come out and just take it easy. And, he's 26 and 42.
Yeah, that's a conservative game plan right there. 42
yeah,
but we hope Russ never throws the ball that much.
Russ has an abysmal record when he's hit 40 passing attempts. It's like 5 wins over his career. It's ridiculous.
So.
We are having a measuring contest of who got the worst quarterback trade deal. That's good.
It's rough right now for both teams.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we didn't fully guarantee our contract, just a large portion of it. So enough where we can't get out of it. So
yeah. Everyone's like fully guaranteed, and I'm like, well, 80% guaranteed is still a lot of money too. But
and that's true. It is, and we do owe Russ a lot of money, and that's probably why Russ is going to be here for a couple years. We have one guy here that thinks he's going to be the next quarterback for the 10 years for the Broncos. So.
I'd say there's progress. Dave.
There is.
You and I talk on the side, and you were not super convinced of any playoff talk like 4 weeks ago. So it's
right.
So it's nice to hear you guys kind of get back into like, hey, we're 1 win away from really being the thick of it here. So I think it's a sign that there's been a lot of growth because you guys are even trading starters away. So.
Yeah, and that's when we really turned the corner when we got rid of people like Randy Gregory and Frank Clark, those guys that may have just not been the culture that Sean Payton was looking for, and we're definitely coming around. So what's your prediction, Tony? Who's going to win? What do you got the score at?
I got it like 2017, Cleveland, obviously. But,
okay. I would expect nothing less from you.
I don't have the warmest to fuzziest. 2 weeks ago, we had this all circled as an easy walkthrough win. And 2 weeks' time, you guys have turned that into, and obviously things have happened on our end in the last 2 weeks too that have, give us a murkier outlook. But I do expect it to be a field possession game, a slow moving game, very slow.
I do too.
Don't get drunk in the first half. Space this thing out because they're still going to be figuring it out.
So don't drink a lot of garage beer in the first half. Is that what you're saying?
That is
Tony?
correct. That is correct. Yeah. Hopefully coming to Colorado soon. Yeah.
So we thank you for coming on, Tony. We wish your Browns luck, just not today. I've always sort of felt sorry for the Browns.
Cold in here. Cold.
You're not getting thrown outside, are you?
No, nope. Just
I thought that your wife might be throwing you outside because in your video you use sweet smoke on those wings instead of sweet heat, and I know sweet heat is your wife's favorite.
I need to order some sweet heat because we're out of the sweet heat. I used the last of it like a couple weeks ago at a pop up, and I need to take advantage of these great deals over Cyber Monday. Is what I need to be.
Yeah, we'll definitely have some cyber deals tomorrow. So yeah, if you need some sweet heat for your wife, make sure you get her hooked up. So
what's up, man? I saw you had a question there.
No, I was sitting there with your blanket. I was like, he just giving us a prime look at DTR on the sideline as the Broncos drag this thing out for the victory.
I was thinking it's what he's going to look like in the fourth quarter when we got Joe Flacco getting mop up time.
Is Joe Flacco active today?
He probably is. Yeah. Yeah. He's
Oh my
probably,
goodness.
because I think there's a rule where
You guys are going back to the relics, aren't you?
they added that rule I think last year where you can have 3 quarterbacks, but
Right.
he's only allowed to be active if the first quarterback gets knocked out.
Okay.
It's kind of like that Niners rule. What happened to
Right.
Purdy and all them? Yeah, they
Right.
have that. You can bring 3 quarterbacks, but you can only activate the third one if something happens to the starter.
So does
So,
he
yeah,
sit
he's
in the
not-
locker room drinking until DTR gets knocked out, and then they put a uniform on him?
I guess they're giving him a headset. I guess they're giving him a headset and a clipboard and some fuzzy gloves. Yeah.
So and we were talking about it earlier. It's not going to be horrible here. It's beautiful out here today. Actually,
Yeah, it's short weather over
So,
here for me, man.
I'm looking out the window. The wind is picking up a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to affect DTR throwing the ball 45, 50 times. You
Yeah,
know,
it's roughly 40, 45 degrees, depending where you're at.
It's
So-
actually worse in Cleveland. It just started raining, and it's not really supposed to stop off and on, and it's supposed to eventually turn into snow. So yeah, you guys actually got the nicer weather today.
Yeah, we
We'll
just had
take it.
snow. We had snow Friday and yesterday, and it's nice. It's supposed to be about 40 degrees here at kickoff, so it's going to be a nice game. Maybe get down into the mid 30s by fourth quarter time, but that's nothing to bother the Browns. You
The
know,
only thing nicer than that's a bottle of Memphis barbecue. Hey,
that's
There you
right.
go.
That's right. So, all right, Tony. Hey, we thank you for coming on again. Plug the Dude Network really again, quick before we get out of here. Tell people where they can find you and what times.
yeah, the Dude Network's daily content on all of them. Live shows every Friday and Sunday nights at 9:00 Eastern, 6:00 Western, and anywhere in between. Love to have each and every one of you at least come check us out, and yeah, have a good time. And we promise nothing serious is going to happen. Just a bunch of dumb stuff.
Right, just a bunch of dumb stuff, but it is fun dumb stuff, and it'll make you laugh. So sometimes
Appreciate
my
that.
wife looks at me like I'm crazy because I'm watching and I'm laughing, and she's like, "What the hell is wrong with this guy?" So, but Tony and them will definitely make you laugh. We again appreciate you coming on. Good luck to your Browns, just not today, like I said, but good luck throughout the rest of the season. We appreciate your time today.
As long as it's not a tie. As long as it's not a tie.
That's right. A tie would be
Don't
pretty
do it to
painful,
me.
but that will be our luck.
I put it out there. I did.
You did. You put it out there. So
Thanks,
all right.
guys.
13,
Good luck.
13. Here we go.
All right, thanks. Hey,
Yeah.
tell
As long as it ain't 3-3. Oh god.
Tell Alyssa hi, and we'll get some sweet heat out to her.
I'm down for it. I'm going to get my order in right now at willowseasonings.com.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tony. Have a great day.
See you guys.
All right,
Nice
bye.
See
meeting
you
you,
guys
Matt.
later. Nice meeting you as well.
All right. That was Tony Lane with the Dude Network. Hey, check them out. They are great over there. They're funny. There's a lot of good stuff. And they do. Like he said, they have Blake Williams on the other day, son of Greg Williams, who Bronco fans are very familiar with. He used to coach in Cleveland. Not Greg Williams, Blake Williams, I believe he's been on. They do a lot of cool stuff over there at the Dude Network. So check them out. All right, Matt, really quick. We're running up the game. We got 7 minutes, so let's run through this really quick. You and I have touched on this before. There's a few things that we're afraid of. And I think what you're afraid of is the same thing that I'm afraid of. The Cleveland Browns have the number 3 rushing offense in the NFL at 142 yards per game. What's your fear, Matt?
The
Our
Broncos
inability
can't.
to
It's the
stop that?
same. It's the same thing that it's been all season. Can they stop the run? And I'm not entirely sure they can. And if there's anything that is going to beat us, it's going to be that run game.
Right.
What the Browns don't do in turnovers, they're good at controlling the clock. It's just, like I said, we're facing a team that's essentially a mirror. So there's 2 factors that go into this: who can run the ball better, and I think that's Cleveland. Then it comes down to the second factor: who has a better quarterback. And with Russ's experience, with that contract, with everything he's done, and with the reputation he's built for himself, you got to give that check mark to Russell Wilson. So today, I say you can't count on that defense to be as dominant as they have been. It's never a given, but you do pay your quarterback $250 million. You did all this to get him. This is Russ's moment. He has to make that next level step. He has
Right.
to. If he don't, we're losing this game.
Right. And Ty comes in and says, no way DTR does anything today.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't be able to.
And
That's-
he shouldn't,
he
you know,
shouldn't.
and we hope not. It's the run game that's really going to concern us, and that's my concern. Denver has been giving up large chunks of yards. Now, the nice thing is our red zone defense has been really good. You know,
You know
we
the
tightened it
Broncos
up.
lost the time of possession by nearly 17 minutes last week, right?
Right. You know,
So yeah,
and that's the thing that's scary because Cleveland has a good thing. You know, and Jody, our friend, you know, always brings up the obvious. Yeah, teams are it's going to happen at times. You know, things just don't work sometimes. You know, you
let's
can't
hope
hang
this isn't us
everything.
today.
Right. Let's hope not. Let's hope we don't give up 38 points to a backup quarterback, you know. Let's hope that, you know, we can do what we need to do. Everybody out there, start throwing your predictions out here. We're going to run through it really quick. Matt and I are going to hit him. Jody's coming in 28-13. I think he's going Broncos.
Yeah.
We got Michael going 16-13 Browns. So Michael's already trying to get thrown off of the Colorado Sports Connection
To be
team.
honest, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie.
No,
That
I'm
was
just
my
kidding,
that was my
Michael.
prediction for most of as we were approaching this week. That's what exactly the same thing that I was thinking. I've switched it up because I'm trying to give the Broncos some luck, but we'll see.
So, all right, Matt, I'm gonna let you go first. Where are you going? Who's winning? What's the score today?
I'm going to take the Denver Broncos in an ugly game. I think Will Lutz is going to have a quiet game for the first time in the last 4 weeks. I think the Broncos lose the time of possession battle again. I think that the Browns do a really good job. Broncos score a late turnover late in the game, and Russ puts this game away 14-13.
14-13, and that is ugly, you know, and I mentioned it earlier. If you're tired, if you've eaten a lot of turkey, if you got that tryptophan running through your blood, this might not be a game for you to watch. You know, you might be asleep by the middle of the second quarter. So I see this as a knockdown, drag-out fight as well. I think two very good defenses. The Broncos defense is getting really opportunistic as long as we can figure out how to slow down that run game. If Cleveland starts running the ball, watch out. It's going to get ugly really fast. We can't give up 192 yards to the Cleveland Browns, you know. And that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to come out and they're going to try, and we better figure out how to cover the tight end. Because if we don't, DTR is an NFL quarterback. He's going to be able to hit some throws. And if this guy's running wide open across the middle of the field, watch out, guys. So we need to figure that out.
Last key to victory. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't see.
No, go ahead. You got it. You got a key to victory. What is that, Matt?
Myles Garrett. You got to do something. You can't have him have a multiple sack game today.
We do, and
he can change a game alone. We talk about difference makers.
That is my biggest concern. That is my biggest concern.
You know who he's lining up on, right?
He's probably going to line up on McGlinchey.
Real quick.
If Cleveland's smart, that's where I line him up because Bowles has been playing fairly good. So I wouldn't be surprised. But really quick, I'm going to throw out my prediction. I'm going Cleveland 20, Denver 14. I just don't see us being able to manufacture much offense against this defense.
Real quick before we go, just to give Bronco fans the key to the game to watch, and that's the matchup, McGlinchey versus Myles Garrett. McGlinchey's coming into this 382 passing snaps played, 8 penalties, 5 sacks, 5 hits, and 35 pressures, which is double the next closest Bronco offensive lineman. The key to this victory is Mike McGlinchey's ability to keep Myles Garrett in check.
So, all right. Matt's going Broncos. I'm going Browns. We got Michael in the background who's going Browns. We got Graham in the background who's going Broncos 16-10. Hey, everybody, remember, take some no-dose, something, drink coffee. Make sure you stay awake for this one. So it's going to come down to the end, I think, but I just see Denver, you know, losing this 20-14. Denver's trying to drive down, get a go-ahead touchdown, and it's going to end in an interception. So
you lose this game, your playoff hopes almost.
I agree. I think playoff hopes go away if you lose this game.
You can't lose the next 2 weeks. You just can't.
Right. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the game today. Matt, thanks for joining me today. And we will see you guys next week. Check us out Friday. Check out Matt and his and Baylor on Wednesday. I will be back Friday at 10 a.m. for Broncos Weekly, and then we will see you again next Sunday with our Broncos pregame show. All right, everybody, have a great day. Enjoy the game.